Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman. Classic like Dom singing. Blasting like bombs ringing. I guess I define winning.
All right, what's up, peeps? I'm Devin, that's Zane, and this is Buffet Sports. We're seeing what a new format would look like for the show. We're approaching the off season, so we thought, why not make it a little bit more fun? You guys have something more interesting than us to look at while we talk. So we'll basically just be commentary. And so we're doing Madden Franchise. I've got a wheel with every football team on it, minus the Saints and playoff teams. And we're going to pick we're going to let the wheel pick for us a franchise that we're going to rebuild, try and win championships with. We don't know quite yet. That's what we're going to do right now. We're going to spin the wheel with you guys, get this franchise set up, and then we'll spin the wheel.
Things were getting a little dry, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, kind of like having a girlfriend for a long time and you only do missionary. Things were getting a little dry.
Spin the wheel. We're going to figure out what team we've got here. We're going to do all the setup, the draft, everything. We'll see you guys week 1 of the preseason.
All right.
Ciao. Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah. Spin the wheel. So are we doing it, whatever we land on is our team?
No, we're going to do 5 spins.
5 spins, okay.
And then we're going to take those 5 teams, and then we're going to go down to 3, and then the 1.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
So, first spin here. Fins.
Dolphins.
Okay.
Titans.
Giants.
Giants isn't bad.
Giants isn't bad. Okay, so we've got Fins, Titans, Giants. Cards.
Cardinals.
You hate that.
I mean,
Marvin.
if we stay with Kyler, I'll hate it. Yeah.
Okay, and then 5. We have the Jets.
We got a good. That's a good
group.
list of 5.
That's a good group. Okay, I'm really glad we didn't get Duval or the Raiders. I can't stand. I couldn't stand just doing black and white.
I think the Patriots would have sucked too, because their entire team's trash.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you've got Cardinals, Fins, Giants, Jets, Titans. Yeah, we'll spin for 3, and then of those 3, and then
we'll spin once.
And
the one that we get.
Okay, Titans are in. I really want the Giants.
I would like Titans, Giants, and then Jets.
Okay, we get Jets.
All right.
So Titans and Jets. Let's see where the third one is.
Dolphins.
Fins.
Dolphins.
Okay.
All
Cardinals are out, and the Giants are out. Unfortunate for the Giants here.
So which one do you want?
I
want the Titans, obviously, because
I want the Fins because I want to prove that they can be a good football team if they just would blow it up. But we'll see. Okay, so spin for 1.
Spin for 1.
I'm going to turn it away. Jets.
Of course it's the Jets.
All right.
The one where we're like, it's fine though. We got an old QB.
It's going to be an interesting rebuild. There's a lot of pieces.
Yeah. It's not that bad.
It's
better than the Saints.
We probably can. I think we could potentially win a Super Bowl year 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So we're going to be rebuilding the Jets for the foreseeable future while we do this podcast or whatever we're going to call it. We're not 100% sure yet. We'll see you guys once everything is set and we're in preseason week 1. Ciao. Yeah. All right, folks, so we're back. It took a while, but we succeeded. We're done. Well, at least with the draft and everything. So we are going to play the full games here. Full disclaimer, injuries are off. We are playing on pro. Why? Because it's supposed to be fun. It's just supposed to be fun.
Well, I was thinking about this before, is that people are going to think that the wheel spin wasn't real because we got the Jets. And our team, like, we're starting off 87 overall on a rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets, we all agree, though, that the Jets are not a rebuild team, though. They just need competent coaching.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah. Anyways, we're going to be playing through the season here and just chatting sports while we go through. So, we did...
You got your dogs out for free?
I got my dogs out. So, the first round pick we had was Quinn Ewers. Notable names here. We got Quinn Ewers. We got Cam Scadaboo. We picked up a corner in the 5th that was pretty good, and guard. Was it the guard or the tight end that was better?
The tight end was better.
Tight end was better. Okay, so tight end was better.
The tight end doesn't have a name.
He doesn't have a first name, but he
Yeah.
has a last name. He's got really good physicals, though. So that's how we're
I
playing.
should probably say we downloaded a this year's draft class off of online.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a tight end without an actual name. It was just a bunch of hashtags.
Yeah. Zane will be playing the DC. As you can see, he's got the sticks at the moment. I will be playing the OC role, and we'll just be rolling through this. It's incredible. Speaking of generational talents, something I wanted to do for the Super Bowl coming up is one of the good ways that we talk about, or that I've seen people like help them decide on what kind of who they think is going to win the game, how the game's going to play out, is who's got of the top 10 players in the game, who's got more of them, right?
Eagles,
Yeah.
right?
So let's go through it.
Yeah.
So the best player in the game is Patrick Mahomes.
Yes. I can bring it up another time. But
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So best player in the game is Patrick Mahomes. Who's two in that game?
Saquon.
Saquon's two. Okay.
I'm also a running back guy, so
Well, I mean, just like who's the best overall? We're just saying who's the best overall players in this game.
Saquon.
So Saquon's two. I agree with you.
Now here's where you're
decide
not going to
that
agree
too.
with me. 3 is Jalen Hurts.
No.
Who would you put at 3?
AJ Brown.
That's a good pick. Okay. Yeah, I can go with that. 4 is Jalen Hurts.
I would say 4 is Chris.
Jones?
Yeah. Or Jalen Carter.
It depends.
Or Jalen Carter.
It depends on if we're going by position. Because if you go by position, like, yes, he is the best D tackle, and Jalen Hurts is the second best quarterback on the team. So, yeah, it would make sense for him to fall. But if you're not going by position, I mean, I think Jalen's pretty damn good. And at the end of the day, it is going to come down to Jalen. He is the quarterback.
Yeah.
But
I think if I had to choose between them, I would say I would say Chris or Jalen Carter is 4.
honestly, I'd bump AJ to 4, put Chris Jones or Jalen Carter at 3.
Okay. Do you want to do 2A or 3A, 3B, and then AJ Brown is 5, technically, because we have two 3s.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Okay. AJ Brown's 5.
All right, now who's 6?
I'd say probably. Is that the guy we drafted, or who is this tight end?
What's his last name?
Ruckert.
I have no idea. No, Gaston is the guy we drafted.
Okay.
So he's blocking, and he's a terrible blocker. Hell yeah, Restrepo.
Let's
Hell
go.
yeah, Restrepo.
Okay, so who's
6?
6? Who is 6?
Because I'm just going to keep going down the list until you come up with better people. So 6 is Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I could put Jalen Hurts at 6.
Yeah, 6th best player.
I could put Jalen Hurts at 6.
Now, where do we put Lane Johnson? Where do we put just basically anybody on that O-line?
You know who I would put at 7? Justin Reed.
I'd rather have Lane than Justin Reed.
Justin Reed. Okay, Lane. Okay, so Lane at 7. Justin Reed. Do you think he's the 8th best player in the game?
I don't know his stats, so I don't know. But I would put McDuffie over Justin Reed just based on feel.
I think Trent McDuffie is a product of that D line. Of like I don't think Trent McDuffie's as good as everyone makes him out to be. I think he's overrated.
Really?
Personally. Yeah. Because we're talking that's their corner, right?
McDuffie, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's overrated.
Or he's the other safety. Man, we really don't know what we're talking about, huh? Let's go, Simmons.
Let's go, Justin.
Sorry.
You're good.
Should have just stayed in the end zone.
So, end all be all, as we look down the list, the top 10 guys, the Eagles have more. So the question
100%.
So the question becomes, obviously, like, for me, obviously we know how I feel about it. Like, Patrick Mahomes
But
is
just,
worth that.
I mean, like, let's do this with last year's Super Bowl. You know?
Right.
Like, it's so much worse. Like, basically the entire 49ers. And, like, people would probably argue Brock Purdy last year. They probably would have argued him over Patrick last year. But if you look how stacked that roster was, they're way more. I think they're way more stacked. Yeah, they would be. 49ers compared to the Eagles roster.
That corner or linebacker or whatever is slow as hell. So wait, we're sorry. I was focused on getting Quinn out of bounds.
The 49ers last year, I would argue that roster was more stacked than the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just based on star power and name recognition.
Yeah.
And, like, look what happened there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could also argue with that game, though, that it was you were a toe away from the 49ers winning that Super Bowl if his toe doesn't hit that ball on the punt. And then you can look at the Eagles
their
one.
roster was so much. The Chiefs roster last year was so much worse.
Yeah, but then the other part of it too, you can also look at it as like, oh my gosh.
Is that the guy we drafted?
I think so.
Can't catch anything?
No, 4th and 2.
With the Eagles
roster.
roster.
With the Eagles
being
roster. You can go back 2 Super Bowls, and they were a Jalen Hurts fumble away from being from winning that Super Bowl. So it's really just pick your poison. What do you really, what's important to you is my point.
But it's always that.
Yeah.
It's always it's one play away, and they always get the one play. That's
this
why
year. This year, yeah.
all years, like you said, it came down to a fumble, and then it came down to a toe.
No, I'm sorry. I meant for the Eagles. They've been getting the difference is this year. You can argue they've been getting the one. They've been getting the one play because they have a Saquon Barkley. But I think that
they've been getting like the 5 plays.
Yeah. So it's like I just look at it and it's really tough. It makes no sense to take the Chiefs in this, but Patrick's just worth that.
It's always been that. Okay, I guess I can talk about what I was going to say before. Like, yes, Patrick is the best player going into the Super Bowl, but it's just crazy that we have to change our rules from what makes somebody the best player for Patrick because he is the best player. You understand what I'm saying? Because like normally you would go best player, you would look at stats, and then you would like do the eye test. Both of those, Patrick does not win at. Patrick does not. Oof. Both of those statistically in like the eye test this year, Patrick has not like been that. But he's just like so good and dominant. We have to change our like way we grade players. We have to change the way we grade players to make Patrick the number one because he is the number one. He defies all fucking logic. It doesn't make any sense. But you understand, like, like when you said that, I was like, yes. But the grading system needs to be is like specifically only for Patrick Mahomes because he doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, man. It's just that's why I don't want to bet against him.
Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman. Classic like